Good day everyone, my name is John Patrick P. Calderon.
I'm Alvin B. Magallanes and we will be discussing the customer's profile and status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort as potential ecotourism destination in Victoria Oriental, Mindoro, a basis for marketing strategies.
Introduction to Rationale of the study. We found that Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort has the potential as ecotourism site in Victoria Oriental, Mindoro. We realized that there is a need for further study to identify the appropriate marketing strategies that will strengthen its potentials by understanding the demographic profile of tourists and purpose of visit and the current status of the site. These strategies will be essential in promoting the resort and boosting its potential as ecotourism site. It will benefit resort management by attracting more tourists and providing alternative source of income for the local community.
Theoretical and conceptual framework. The conduct of the study was supported by the following theories. First, the system theory. Second, the self-concept. And lastly, the self-congruity theory. For the conceptual model, under the profile of the respondents of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort, the age, gender, civil status, occupation, income, and purpose of visit. Under the status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort, the physical appearance, accessibility, amenities, facilities, and carrying capacities, and the basis for marketing strategies.
Research methodology. Descriptive correlational research method with total of 197 respondents of the study. The data gathered were tabulated, analyzed, and presented in table. Statistical tools such as frequency, percentage, mean, and ETA coefficient were computed. Result and discussion. Table 1.1, profile of the respondent in terms of age. As shown in the table, there are total of 197 respondents. Majority number of visiting tourists aged from 21 to 30 years old with a percent of 40.10, while age 61 and above has the least number who visited the resort with 2.03%. Table 1.2, profile of the respondent in terms of gender. The table shown that the number of female tourists with 118 responses or 59.90% is higher than male tourists with only 79 responses or 40.10%. Table 1.3, profile of the respondents in terms of civil status. As shown in the tables, single status dominates the number of tourists with 113 or 65.99%, followed by married with 64 respondents or 32.49%. Table 1.4, profile of the respondents in terms of occupation. As shown in the table, students lead the most frequent visitor of the resort with 94 or 47.72%. Second are private employees with 32 respondents or 16.24%, followed by government employees with 27 respondents or 13.17%. Unemployed with 24 respondents or 12.18%. And lastly, self-employed with the least number having 20 respondents or 10.15%. Table 1.5 present the profile of customers in Villa Prescilla's Mountain View Resort in terms of income. As shown in the table, majority of the tourists who visited the resort has no income with the 91 respondents or 46.19%, followed by respondents earned with 16,000 to 20,000 with the 33 respondents or 16.75%, 25 respondents or 12.69% with monthly income of 20,000 pesos and above, 20 respondents or 10.16% who earns 11,000 to 15,000, and 12 respondents or 6.09% for 5,000 and below. Table 1.6 present the purpose of the visit tourists in Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort. In table revealed that majority of the tourists visited the resort were up for recreation and leisure activities, with 177 respondents or 89.85% of total respondents, followed visiting friends and relatives, sightseeing, and business purpose, with 12 respondents or 6.09% and 8 respondents or 4.06% and the 0 respondent respectively.
Table 2.1 is status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort in terms of physical appearance. The table revealed that the item number 1 got the highest mean score of 4.69, while the item number 4 obtained the lowest mean score of 4.53. More and most of the respondents showed very high extent in the status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort in terms of physical appearance, as indicated by the overall mean of 4.63. Table 2.2 is status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort in terms of accessibility. As revealed in the table, item number 5 obtained the highest mean score of 3.68 and described as high extent. Meanwhile, item number 4 got the lowest mean score of 2.16, described as low extent. The overall mean of 3.12 was obtained and described as moderate extent. Table 2.3 is status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort in terms of amenities. The table shows that item number 1 got the highest mean score of 4.68, described as very high extent. On the other hand, item number 2 got the lowest mean score of 4.41, described as high extent. Amenities got an overall mean score of 4.52 and described as very high extent. Table 2.4 is status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort in terms of facilities. As reflected in the table, item number 1 got the highest mean score of 4.77, followed by item number 5 got 4.61 mean score. On the other hand, item number 4 got the lowest mean score of 3.85, described as high extent. An overall mean score of 4.38 was obtained and described as high extent. Table 2.5 is status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort in terms of carrying capacity. As revealed in the table, item number 4 got the highest mean score of 4.55, described as very high extent. Meanwhile, item number 2 got the lowest mean score of 3.63. The overall mean score of 4.11 was obtained and described as high extent. Relationship between customers' profile and status of Villa Prescilla Mountain View Resort as ecotourism destination. This is the correlation result, table number 3. The computed ETA values of 0.259, 0.117, 0.248, 0.415, and 0.275 and 0.222 revealed that there is moderate degree of correlation between the profile of the tourist and the status of Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort with p-value of 0.037, 0.002, and less than 0.01, 0.004, and 0.007 shows that there is significant relationship between the customers' profiles in terms of age, civil status, income, occupation, purpose of visit of the tourist, and the status of Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort. Meanwhile, the gender of the tourist with p-value of 0.13 did not show significant relationship with the status of Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort. Finding shows that the customer's profile in terms of age, civil status, income, occupation, and the purpose of visit of the status and the status of Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort as potential ecotourism site is related to each other. Knowing customers' profile is an important factor in identifying what the resort to offer and to develop effective marketing strategies.
Proposed marketing strategies for the development of Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort. First is to identify the target visitors. Know the target visitor to help the developing the best and relevant marketing strategies for the resort. Understanding socio-demographic information of customer will enable the management segment to the customers according to their age, gender, civil status, occupation, and income. This is essential when designing targeted marketing. Use social media as tool for marketing. Social media is one of the most effective marketing channel for tourism industry. Gathered feedbacks. This will allow the management of the resort to know the tourist experience, opinion, and suggestion. This feedback will help in the future development of the resort. Increase exposure by partnering with influencer. Influencer marketing is now one of the most famous and huge strategies in tourism industry. These influencers are usually bloggers, YouTubers, and social media personalities that could help promoting the resort by creating content for their avid followers. Use promotional materials. These materials included brochures, flyers, tarpaulin, and other written and or printed and audio-video presentation that will generate information and awareness about the resort for the target market.
Conclusion. Based on the findings of this study, the following conclusions were drawn. Most of the tourists are millennial who loves adventure and look for new experiences, and this generation travels the most. Majority of the tourists of Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort are single, and they have less commitments and have more time to engage in travel and tourism. Recreation and leisure is the main reason why tourists come and visit Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort. Socio-demographic profile of the tourists who visited Villa Priscilla Mountain View Resort plays important role in marketing and developing the site. Students often visit the resort since there are schools and boarding houses near the site. The accessibility in terms of roads and mobile networks was rated moderate extent by respondents. This implies that it demands further improvement. Physical appearance was rated as very high extent by the respondents and is the highest predictor of the Villa Priscilla Mountain Resort as ecotourism site.
Recommendation. Based on the findings, and the following are recommended. LGU must take action on construction of clear and concrete road for better and convenient access up to the site. LGU should collaborate with the network providers to fix the network connection issues in the area. The management should provide more promotional materials like brochure and flyers, and use social media as platform in introducing and promoting the site. Aside from swimming and fishing, other related tourism activities like hiking, trekking, and cycling must be added for option to attract more potential customers. The findings suggest that the reports must offer student and budget-friendly price since majority of the tourists who visited the resort were students. Seek partnership and with other tourist business that offers local products that will help in generating more income for business owner and local communities.
That's all. Thank you.